This is the first proper brew day of the year. So I've actually brewed before, but it was an Imperial Stout, so that's not really counted because I'm not going to be drinking that until the end of the year. So this is the proper normal brew day. Okay. We're coming up to the mash now, we're very close to it. So this is going to be a black IPA. A black rye IPA, no less. Already I'm having trouble with the Brewfather app. Trying to get it, I could get it connected okay, but just importing the recipe, there's been some kind of update to that Grainfather, sorry, the Grainfather app, not the Brewfather app. The Brewfather app works perfectly, as usual. But no, that Grainfather app, it's been updated, it won't let me import. I had to do it on the desktop, and then it wouldn't let me sign in, and carry on, so really dislike that Grainfather app. I don't know why, I just find anytime you import it as well, just everything, it throws it out. It was even worse today. But so yeah, the day, I know that on the Grainfather app or on the Brewfather app, too many fathers here, seriously. My 3 dads. But no, the Brewfather app, which is the good one, it does have a beta section now where you can control the Grainfather, but I haven't actually used it because I'm not a tech head. I would get more tech rage than any kind of enjoyment out of it, so no. So we're going to wait to that kind of, hopefully before long that will work properly. All I needed to do is to control that, just really to tell me where we are, just to go from one step to the next. Very simple. I'm not looking at bells and whistles on it. I just need it to control it to tell me where everything is at any point, and then for it to go from step to step, tell me when there's a hop drop, because if I'm not in here all the time, I can be in the house. Here you are, there's my cue. Add the grains. Let's add the grains. Woo! The pumps just came on. A bit dangerous, wasn't it? Why is it decide it's just going to come on there? I didn't get that on. I don't know why that should just be a manual step, shouldn't it? Like putting the pump on, because you know you're manually putting the grains in, it doesn't put the grain in for you. So while you're doing that, you can just press the pump and it'll tell you to put the pump on, but don't actually put the pump on until you're ready. So okay, there we go. I've got a bit of some oat husks in there as well too. The last time we brewed with rye, we got a stuck Sparge because I didn't have any oat husks. We're not making that mistake again. So incidentally, I don't know if you can see the mash water there, or if you can see this, but there's no dark grains in there. We're doing a black IPA, yes, you heard that right the first time. But what I'm going to do is, because the last brew day I was trying to use up all or most of the dark grains I have, the only dark grain I have left is Cararye 3, which isn't, I've made black IPAs and whatnot with Cararye 3 before, and I find that while you don't get the bitterness, you do get the flavour, and the flavour of Cararye 3 is intensely ashtray, let's say it like that. So what I've been doing is I've been cold steeping the grains all night. I mean, with hindsight, I probably should have used a grain bag, rather than just put them all in loose like that, but it's done now. So I'm going to add that. After this is mashed, we're going to add that to the Sparge, and then it's just going to, I'm going to sparge through all that stuff, basically. And then hopefully that will give us a little less flavour. The flavour's going to be in there. I mean, I'm very much of the frame of mind that if you don't want dark flavour in a black IPA, then don't put the dark grain in. It's very simple. Okay. And I'm quite good with that, but as I say, that Cararye 3 it's pretty intense flavour, even if it doesn't have that bitterness, that astringency. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to just cut down on that flavour a little bit and see if that works. We'll see. I mean, it'll be in there, like no doubt, but with a rye and whatnot in there. That should hopefully lift the flavour a bit. Okay, that's what it looks like. No dark grains at all. Yet, anyway. Okay, I had to mash a little bit longer than anticipated. IRL stuff. The joys of parenthood and all that. So we've actually been mashing for an hour and 40 minutes maybe. So it's a bit more than what I thought. Which means I haven't actually had a chance to do anything with this yet to get it strained. Because I've been away. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wing it here and see what happens. As you can see, I'm ill prepared because I'm only just back. Yeah, let's put that in there. Found the handle. I lost the handle last week. It was in the black box. Of course it was. With all the other stuff. Okay, so what I wanted to do was to strain it and put the liquid in there, put the grains along the top, and then sparge through. That was the original plan. But again, I haven't really wish I had used a bag. It would have been so much easier. I mean, I could just put it on the top, but chances are most of the black will get caught in the grain. Let's do it, frigate. Let's do it. It might not be black. This IPA, it may be a shade of brown. Okay, so for the sparge, this is how I manage the sparge, in case anyone hasn't seen this before. That is just out of IKEA for putting like hot pots and whatnot on. That goes on top of there. Got a pizza tray, way too many holes in it, and I'll just put aluminium foil on it and then punched holes. I didn't need to punch all the holes, but my OCD won't let me punch only a few. I need to do them all. That's it there. Pump goes on, and it tends to go all the way around, and you can get good coverage coming through all the way around. This is 11 grams of Columbus, 16.2% alpha acids. Whew. So this is a 60-minute boil. Okay, so what else have we got here? That is 20 minutes, and that is 20 grams of Cascade. We have then got 7 minutes, so I think it was something like 50 IBU I was trying to hit. That's why it's that weird number 7. 7 minutes, that is 24 grams of 807 and 10 grams of Columbus, 11.5%. Sorry, it's not Columbus, it's Zeus. I'm legally obligated to call it Zeus. 11.5% that is. And going in a flame out, I always say flame out, going in whirlpool, going on 0 minutes. We have 41 grams of Cascade and 41 grams of Idaho 7, and that's it. We're not doing a dry hop on this either. So that is not a massive amount for an IPA, for one of my IPAs, but I think I quite like the way the black IPA is. I like the maltiness and I like the rye in it, so I don't want to push the hops too much. So also, in terms of the colour, this is our pre-boil here. That is what it's looking like now. So that looks brown, which is good. It's never going to be black unless you really go to town on it. When I was outside it looked a bit red, but I think it's like brown. So, and it's 1044, maybe 45 on it, which is pretty much spot on the recipe. So we're going for 1051 the recipe, so that's what we're aiming for. we should be able to get it, I think, if that's already like that. We're a litre up as well too, because we've been letting the grain drain over on the side there, and it got more than what I thought I was going to get, so just toss it all in. So we've got an extra litre or so. So yeah, that's it. I'm not going to show you the hop drops because I'm in there trying to make dinner and stuff, and you know, real world stuff. Looking after children as well too. I am also legally obligated to look after children, so it's definitely dark. 10:52, which is a point up on the recipe. I've also got an extra litre or so, so excellent day's work, I think. In terms of the yeast then, I've got a packet of this, which I'm gonna try and get rid of because it's out of date, like ages. M12 kveik yeast, it just says, I think Voss, yeah, it says Voss. So. A top fermenting yeast, Voss kveik offers fast fermentation at very high temperatures while retaining neutral flavour character with some subtle citrus fruit notes. Yes, that'll do nicely. So, as I said, there's no dry hop on this. So, hopefully this is going to be done and in the keg in a week. So, that will be good. Happy days. Okay, I'm struggling to rip it. I'm waiting for the packet to go flying out of my hands. This friggin' yeast everywhere. And there's our black IPA. Does that look black to you? But yeah, it's definitely kind of brown. We knew that anyway when we're sparging. It kind of looked a bit brown, but you know what? Happy enough with that. The question is, what's it going to taste like? Is it going to taste really bitter and astringent, as it has sometimes before? No dry hop in this. I wanted to get it into the keg as soon as. Which it was like 7 days, and then I didn't actually drink it for another 5 days. What had actually happened was it was in the pressure fermenter, and it was pressurizing at like 4 or 5 psi, something like that, something quite small. And then I forgot to put more gas into it before I crushed it, and then I opened it, and it was like the whole flipping thing was just like it had been sucked in, and then so it wasn't really carbonated properly when I went into the keg. So stuff happens, you know. So yeah, in terms of the looks, yeah, it is a browny, dark red color, but it's fine. I mean, it looks black, and when you hold it up to the light, it looks lighter than what it does when you hold it down there. So it's fine. In terms of the aroma now, this is interesting. Getting a little bit of dark malt, but it's more like it's almost like, I want to say like a chocolate type of aroma, but there's no chocolate malt in it. So I can only assume that it's the kind of it's that dark malt from the Carafa 3 and the Cararye in there, so that's giving it a bit of more of a caramel type aroma, and it is really good. In terms of the hops, big chunk of Columbus in there, Zeus, and well, I say Columbus, but it's more this kind of pine aroma. I think you can get pine, you know, from the Idaho 7, I think. I don't know. You know what? See with Idaho 7, you get. I've gone through. That was the last of it that I've used. I've gone through 500 grams of it, and I still don't know if I like it or not. That seems a bit weird, I know, but I don't know. It's just some beers I've had, and they've been really brilliant, really good, and some beers I really haven't liked it at all, and it seems to be almost different every time I use it. And I just don't know. I just don't know what to make of it. But yeah, I believe it's one of those hops that you can get loads of different stuff of. And I think pine is one of the things, I believe. If I could surmise that aroma in 2 words, it would be mint Viennetta. Sorry, just Viennetta actually. You know, that little bit of a chocolate ice cream type thing. If anyone is outside of the UK and you've no idea what a Viennetta is, well, you're missing out. It's, you know, it's the greatest dessert in the world. According to my wife, anyway. She never buys it anymore. Anyway, I'm just rambling here. Okay, cheers. I'm going in. I mean, the carbonation on it is a bit low, actually. Still. So I'm not sure what is going on with that carbonation. The taste is not chocolate. You are getting the dark. I'm tasting, like, I think I'm tasting dark grain. There's that real intense pine from that Zeus. Or that it's something that's just really dank. And there's also a real kind of orange taste to it as well, funnily enough. The mouthfeel is definitely a medium on it. Finished at 10:13, so it was like 10:51 it started, I believe. 5.1%. Medium body on it. It's a really nice taste on it. I'm wondering now, is it the dark grains I'm tasting, or is it just that a mix of hops? That Zeus is giving it real dankness to it, but I think the Cascade on the Idaho 7 as well. There is a fruity note to it. When I say fruity, I mean real citrus more. Definite orange flavour. I can only think that's coming from the Idaho 7 as well. Little bit on the back end. So it's not bitter, but it is... There's something... Maybe that's the rye, you know what? Oh, it's the rye that's doing that. Very drinkable. It is very drinkable. Just needs a little bit more carbonation in it, I think. So that's actually quite... Considering that recipe is me trying to use stuff up, that's turned out quite well with those Idaho 7 hops as well too. I mean, do I regret not dry hopping? There's a little bit of me does regret it, yeah. I want to believe that I'm tasting the dark grains, but what I'm tasting is pine, lots of dankness, lots of orange, and then that rye coming in the end. So I'm not necessarily tasting that dark grain at all, and that's what I was worried about. Like that Carafa 3, I've had some really horrific beers made with Carafa 3, and yet I still keep buying stuff. But I think that might be the solution. So if any of you have a solution for what you do with the black IPA to try and not to pull through too much of the flavour from the dark grains, then let me know. But I'm gonna definitely try that again. I mean, as I'm sure I've said this before in the brewing video, I don't really care about tasting the dark grains. I want to taste the dark grains, but that's actually turned out quite good. Anyway, that's me. Cheers. See you next week. Okay, there is what was blocking the pump. All that little bits of grain. So the last time I used this was the party guile from the Imperial Stout. It was like a normal brew day. Obviously I haven't done the pump properly because I don't normally. Normally it's just a wipe because it's all it is the HLT, but oops, silly me.